Hey guys, how's it going? Um, I'm here to give you guys some great exercises to do. If you have any questions, I think there should be a coach coming in the chat in a little bit. Um, Today we're going to go through a bunch of stuff. We have some really good exercises for you. Let me do this real quick. Excuse me. We're going to do some cool rotational exercises. We're going to get some stuff done with some bands. If you guys have bands at home, feel free to grab those real quick. If you don't have them, that's okay. You don't really need them. But we're gonna get some motion with our shoulders. It's gonna help improve that shoulder strength. And then we're gonna get some leg stuff done. And if you have something heavy, I'll give you a chance to grab that later. And you're gonna need a chair to stand up on. Other than that, it's all you really need. Everything can be pretty much found in the house. You need that in your own body. I don't have a hangboard or anything in my apartment, but so I don't have a whole lot to pull on. But I do have some kettlebells, some weights behind me. So if you guys have any weights at home or a milk jug, that'll work great because we're going to do some single leg deadlifts, and we're going to do a weighted plank style workout that you guys are really going to love, I think. Now you don't want this to be too heavy. You want it to feel pretty moderate. Anything that you can easily lift overhead is probably perfect. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start standing up. And I'm going to have you guys get kind of into the splits. I want your feet facing forward. Look down at your feet real quick. Make sure that there's a straight line between them. I want you guys to take a deep breath in. I'm going to actually turn to the side so you can see me a little better. Deep breath in. And keeping a flat back, I want you to lean forward and stick your butt back. Stick that butt back as far as you can without those knees bending or your back bending at all. And putting your hands on a yoga block or a cushion or something you can press on. What we're going to do now is we're going to take our left hand. We're going to reach towards the sky, rotate in the middle of our spine. We're going to hold it there, come back. We're going to turn the other way. Reach towards the sky with your right hand and press your left hand into the floor. Now, if you don't have anything to grab onto on the floor and you don't have flexibility to get all the way down, it is okay to bend those knees a little bit, just as long as those knees aren't diving to the inside. We want to pull them apart. All right, I'm going to rotate. Press that right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky. Switch, left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. Switch, right hand down, left hand to the sky, reach up high. Feel that stretch, feel the tension on the floor. Switch again. Left arm, right arm. Switch back. Left arm up. Really good rotation. Hold it for a little bit. Deep breath in, hold it. Deep breath out. We're going to reach with the right hand now. Press the floor with the left. Deep breath in and hold it. Deep breath out. And come back. Okay. How's everyone feeling? Oh, sweet. Welcome, everybody. Coach Mackenzie is here. She's going to answer any questions you guys have in the chat. All right, so next exercise I have for you guys. A lot of us have done a bear crawl before. If you haven't, that's okay. Do this the best as you can. Bear crawls are really good crawling pattern for building our strength and pushing and really stabilizing through our core. Because a lot of times when we're climbing, we only have 2 points in the wall, and it helps us really control all those movements. So, all right, we're going to get into a crawling position. So you want your knees underneath your hips. You want your toes curled up under, and you want your hands right under your shoulders. I want you to push the floor away. Now imagine you've got a tall glass of water on your back, and you don't want that water to spill. Even though you don't want it to spill, you're going to raise your knees up off the floor to make a nice flat tabletop. And now, so this is the base bear crawl position. But we're going to do some rotations here. So we're going to take our left hand. We're going to raise our left hand and our right leg off the ground, and we're going to rotate to face our chest towards the ceiling. Place that hand and foot back on the floor and drive those hips toward the sky to make a tabletop. Let those hips fall back down. Raise the left arm and right leg again. Rotate back to your bear crawl position. It's a little, drive those hips up high. And we're going to come back to the start. Good, now let's do it again. We're going to lift the left arm, right leg. Switch. And set those feet back down. Come back to the start. And raise your right arm and left leg. Set them down, drive those hips to the sky. Bring those hips back down, rotate back to the start. We're going to rest for just a second. I want to tell you something. Now, if the rotations are really hard, if you're having a hard time figuring them out, or if that bear crawl position, opposing appendage is off the ground. Okay, now, if you're able to do the rotations, or if you want to keep trying them, that's awesome. We're going to do 2 more on each side. First to the left, and then to the right. So we're going to lift our left arm, right leg off the ground, reach through with the right leg, set it back down, left arm down, hips high in the sky, facing the ceiling, and drop the hips, left hand, right foot up, rotate that leg back through, and we're going to do it on the other side. We're right hand up, left leg through, set that left leg down, right arm down, drive those hips to the sky, and come back to the start. How'd everyone do with that one? Pretty good? For those of you guys who are joining who aren't members of our rock climbing team, this is made for our youth climbers, but everyone's welcome to hang out, ask questions. This is for all of you guys, especially our team kids. That exercise we just did is on the at-home programs that I just sent out to the comp team kids. It's pretty great. All right, now if you have an exercise band, go ahead and grab it real quick. And we're going to get our shoulders nice and warm. If you don't have a band, what you can do is you can squeeze to tense your muscles in your body in the exercise that you're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this band and we're going to put a little tension in it right in front of us. And we're going to make sure that our elbows are pulled as close into our sides as possible, and our shoulders are pulled down and back. And then we're going to rip our fists apart to squeeze our shoulder blades together in the back. One thing I want you guys to be careful about is you don't want to let those hips come forward or those ribs flare out. You want to stay nice and tall and packed. I'm going to rip apart again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. Look around a couple times. We're going to switch our grip. Now our hands are going to be face down, palm down, but making a nice hard fist. Again, if you don't have the band, that's okay. We're moving in this direction, splitting our fists apart. I want you to focus on tensing all your muscles in your shoulders and arms and squeezing real hard to pull those shoulder blades in your back together. So we're going to do it now. Ready? And go 1. Oops, this band is a little too tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. We're going to do this in one more direction. Well, 2 if you count, but it's 2 different sides. I want you to reach out in front of you. We're going to start in this position. We're going to go thumbs up. And now you're going to raise your left arm. It's going to go up diagonally, and your right arm is going to go down diagonally. Again, if you don't have a band, okay, rip those apart and flex every muscle in your body. and stay nice and tall. We don't want any flared rib cages. All right, so thumbs up and split the band apart, fists apart. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Other direction. And switch. And switch. And switch. There we go. We're going to keep moving. Nice shoulder warm up. This is great for getting those shoulders activated, strengthens the muscles that support our shoulders for reaching and pulling and pushing, helps prevent some injury. Awesome. All right, next, we're going to do a little variation on the Cossack lunge. The Cossack lunge is part of comp team's normal everyday warm-up. So the whole point is to move side to side. But right now, what I'm going to have you guys do, I want everyone to balance on their left foot. Balance on your left foot and make sure you have some room to move to your right. So you're balancing on your left foot, room to move with your right. And what you're going to do is we're going to keep that chest up high. And we're going to start squatting down and reaching out with our right foot. As far as you can reach with that right foot, set it down. We're going to get nice and low, just high. We're going to get those hips low. We're going to rotate over that right foot. That left foot is going to turn up. And then we're going to slide that left foot, pick up the left foot. We're going to stand up. Now we're going to go back the other way. We're going to squat down with our right leg. Oh boy. So if you're like me, tipping over, don't tip over. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit that butt back. Sit that butt back so you don't tip over. You're going to reach out with that left foot, set it down, get those hips nice and low, rock over that left foot, and stand up on the left foot. Great work, guys. All right, now you're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back again. We're going to go 5 times each direction. Squat down. Reach out. Nice and far over. And come back up. Go back the other way. Squat down on that right leg. As far as you can. Reach out. Stay nice and low. And stand up over that left foot. And we're going to reach out to the right. Squat down that left leg. Nice and low with the hips. Keep that chest up high. Don't let yourself lean over like this. If you find yourself leaning over, get that butt down and chest up. Rotate to the right or slide to the right. Stand up on that right leg. Awesome. We're going to do this 2 more times in each direction after we finish this one. Go down on that right leg. Reach out with the left leg. Rock to the left and stand up on the left. Squat down the left leg. Reach out with the right. Slide to the right. Let that left toe turn up and stand on the right leg. Squat down, keep that chest high, reach out with that left leg. Shimmy over, toe turns up, and stand up. One more time. Reach out, slide over, toe up, stand, sit back, reach over, slide, and stand. Good job, y'all. That was our nifty warm-up. I love that exercise. This is going to be really great for getting those feet up high, driving through on a foot that's underneath you, and rocking over, traversing across the wall in your feet. Really, really good. All right, so do the warm-up one time. Calf raises. If you would like a little extra range of motion, you can find something to step up on. Otherwise, the ground is just fine. We're going to do a lot of these. It's going to be great. Next, we're going to do a single leg deadlift. Single leg deadlift, or drinking birds, as my friend Angie likes to call them, are really great for working on that balance and stability and adding a little bit of strength to it. Make sure to do some push-ups. Classic. And we're going to work on a little bit of yoga, some triangle pose, getting those hips open. All right. So starting with the calf raises. Bump this up just a little bit. All right, starting with those calf raises. Here's what y'all are going to do. Feet are going to be together, heels together, toes together. What I want you to do is drive up on those toes as high as you can and come back down. Drive up on those toes as high as you can, hold it, and come back down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonus points if you can go on point. 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we're going to keep those heels together. We're going to rotate our feet, our toes out, really squeezing with those glutes, with our butt muscles. Nice and tall posture, and up on your toes. 1, bring your heels back together. 2, bring your heels back together. 3, bring your heels back together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep squeezing with those glutes. Keep those legs straight. 8, 9, 10. Good work, guys. Now, I'm going to turn our toes the other way. Feels a little weird. Squeeze with your glute muscles again. So your toes are together, but your heels are out. Legs are straight. Keep those quads nice and locked and strong. All right, now we're going to go up on our toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But guys, now our single leg deadlift. Single leg deadlift, in my opinion, is one of the coolest exercises out there. If you do it really well, you look really cool. So this is where you're going to need something a little bit. In fact, you guys don't need anything heavy quite yet. If you're familiar with this exercise, you can pick up something heavy. If you are new at this exercise, I recommend learning the movement first. So what we're going to do is always start with whatever you want to pick up. Again, if you're a beginner at this exercise, make sure that thing that you're picking up is very light. But you want it to be right in front of your toes. We're not going to pick it up quite yet. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to lean forward as our left leg swoops behind us. Now that left leg is going to be perfectly straight, but the supporting leg, that right leg, is going to bend. Imagine if there's a straight line. If we want to pick something up in this exercise, we're going to reach down and we bend our leg a little bit more, just enough to get us down to whatever we're picking up. We want a nice straight line from our heel to our head, and then we stand. And we're going to follow that same pattern, sweeping that left heel back and setting back down. I'm going to switch legs. I'm going to go sweep that right leg back, stabilize in the left leg, grab with the right hand, and come on up. And sweep that right leg back, nice and stable in the left leg. Set your weight down, press that right leg back, and stand up. Nice work, guys. All right, we're going to do 4 more on each side. We go bouncing on the right leg, grabbing with the left hand. Sweep that left leg back. Reach down, grab whatever you're grabbing, lift it up. And we're going to set it back down. In fact, I would encourage you, come back up, encourage you to think less about picking it up and setting it down, and more you are performing this hinge at the hip. That's really the only place we're moving. We're performing this hinge at the hip, and something happens to go up and down with us. Reach that right leg back. Grab with the right hand. And stand up. Every time you stand up, you want a nice, tall posture. Reach that right leg back, sit down, and switch. Left leg back. Stand up. Left leg back. Stand up. Good side. Sweep that right leg back. Nice and stable. And stand up. Towards the floor. To do that, the left leg back. Make sure that left toe is pointed either at the floor or that left toe you're trying to point at your front foot. There you go. Sweep it back. Left toe is pointed at your right toe. Sweep that right leg back. Right toe is pointed at your left toe now. And pick it up with your right hand. Stand up. And set it back down. Whew, even the best of us lose our balance sometimes. Okay. All right. If you find that you're losing your balance in an activity like that, you're going to get into a push-up position. Now, a lot of us have a hard time getting out a high number of push-ups. It is okay to regress the push-up. A couple good regressions are: one, you can go on your knees, or two, you can actually use something else that's a little higher to make your push-up a little easier. So, for instance, this is what a knee push-up will look like. So we want to tighten the butt, tighten your core, and have your hands right out in front of you, and go straight down and come back up. We want a straight line from our knees all the way to our head. The other way to change this up a little bit, if you have a couch or something to lean on, instead of using your knees, you can prop this up a little bit or prop your body up, change the angle that you're pushing on. This is another good way to make a push-up a little bit easier without changing the exercise a lot. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 3, then we're going to rest for 2 breaths. We're going to do 3, then we're going to rest. We're going to do 3 more. So, ready? We're going to go up into our push-up position. Nice flat back. And I want you to corkscrew those hands into the ground, get those shoulders engaged. And we're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. The reason we take these little rests is we're focusing on quality over quantity. All right, get ready. Corkscrew those hands into the ground. You drop those shoulders down and back, down, up, down, up, down, hold it, up. Take a few more deep breaths. Quality over quantity. On these last 3, I want you to focus on breathing in at the top, going down, and breathing out through a thin straw on your way up. So ready? We're going to go 5 feet, tuck that tailbone in, breathe in, go down, breathe out, breathe in, go down, breathe out, breathe in, go down, out. Work. There's our push-ups. Last, we're going to go into triangle pose. So now, in triangle, let's see if you guys have questions. Oh, good. Thanks, Mackenzie. She's doing great up there. All right, so in triangle, what you want to do is we're going to be tipping to the side, but there's a little bit of footwork involved too. So we get our feet kind of wide apart, not so wide that we feel a great stretch, but that we almost start to feel a stretch. Next, let's say we're going to go to our right side. If you're going to your right side, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your left toe, turn it as into the right as you can, and then you take your right toe and you point to the wall that's to your right. Now, what this position does with our feet is it wants to bring us to twist. Now there's a wall straight in front of you. You want to keep your hips facing that wall. Now, you're going to hinge down to the side. You're not going to bend forward at all. Try and stay on one plane. This is a little easier if you're against a wall. And you're going to go from this position. You're going to bring that right hand to the ground, right in front of your right foot to make a nice triangle. Now, press against the floor and press against your foot to rotate yourself to make sure that you are in a nice flat line. Try and keep both legs nice and straight. I'm going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we're going to bring it back up. We're going to go to the other side. Turn all your toes to your left. Once your toes turn to your left, make sure those hips are facing straight forward. Arms out to the sides. And we're going to tip to the left to make sure that we can touch the ground next to our left foot. And we're going to drive our arm into that left foot to make sure that we are staying on a nice flat plane. We don't want to let that chest cave in and look like this. And one more deep breath in and out. And come back up to the top. Now we're going to go back to the right side. And we're going to go down to the right. Make sure all those toes are pointing to the right. Really focus on driving those feet into the floor, flexing those quads to have a nice strong leg. See if you can get that hand all the way to the floor and press against your foot to get a nice flat back. And come back up to the top. Turn your feet to the left. We're going to go back to the left. Keep those legs straight. Bring that left hand down to the floor by your left foot. Press against it to make sure that you don't rotate. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. And breathe out as you come up. All right, we're going to go one more time to each side. The right. Touch the floor by your right foot. Drive that hand into your leg and onto the floor. Rotate yourself up. Come back up. Turn those feet to the left. Last one. Touch the floor with your left hand. And come on up. All right, we're going to go through all those four exercises one more time. If you need a quick drink break, go ahead. Looks like we maybe had some questions. You guys are awesome. Love it. Okay, cool. We've had our water. We're going to go back to our calf raises. All three ways again. This time, we're going to go up on one foot. I'm sorry, we're going to go up on 2 feet and down on one. So, feet together. Hands up to the side for balance. And you're going to go high. Come on up. Take your left foot off the ground and lower down. It's 1. Up on 2 feet. Take your right foot off the ground and lower. That's 1. And we're going to do it again on both sides. Ready? Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. It's 2. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. 3. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. That's 5. Up. Down on 1. Up. Down on left. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. A couple more. 2 more. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. Up. Down on right. Up. Down on left. Now in the next 2 variations, we're still going to stay on 2 feet the whole time. So feet together, or heels together, toes turn to the outside. Really focus on flexing those glutes. Pull those toes apart, but keep those knees together. It's really challenging to keep those knees together because they're going to want to pull out to the outside. Happens to me too. Really try and pull them together. So, ready? Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those knees together, and squeeze those heels together. And we're going to go up and come back down, up, come back down. Squeeze those glutes, Keep those heels together when you come back down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Two more, up, down, up, and down. And toes together, heels out. Same thing, try and keep everything in your hips nice and strong, strong quads. Keep those knees. You don't want your knees to knock in on this one. You want your quads to be nice and strong. Stay up nice and tall. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you need to readjust, go ahead and stick your toes back together. Up, down, up, down. Four more. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. One more. Up and down. Cool. Nice work, guys. All right, back into the single leg deadlift. Now this time, if you feel like you had pretty good control of your single leg deadlift that time, go ahead and pick something up again. I don't care whether it's a pillow or a milk jug, whatever you want it to be, whatever you can control. So we're going to start on our right leg, meaning our left leg is going to swoop back first. Now remember, you're keeping your hips facing the floor. They're not going to rotate at all. You're going to keep your hips facing the floor by keeping that back toe turning to the inside. And you're going to push back hard with that back leg to make sure that there's a nice straight line going all the way up your spine. So walk all the way up to whatever you're picking up. You don't want it way out in front of you. And sweep that back leg back nice and straight. Tuck that toe in and grab with your left hand, because we're sweeping back with the left leg, and stand up. And sweep that left leg back. And bend that right knee. Just stand up. I'm going to switch sides. Right hand's going down, so right leg is sweeping. Sweep with the right leg. Let that left leg bend. Grab with the right hand. And come on up. Set it back down, nice and smooth and slow. Come back up. Take a deep breath in. Hold it on your way down. Keep it nice and strong in that gut. Reaching with the left leg. And breathe out as you come up. And reach, take a deep breath in. Reach back with that left leg to set the bell down or whatever you're holding on to. And breathe out. And stand up. Back onto the left leg. Sweep that right leg back. Pick up your item with your right hand. You can let that left leg bend a little bit. Drive that right foot back as you stand. And we're going to do it again. 3 more times on each leg. Sweep that left leg back. Grab with the left arm. Stand up. Sweep that left leg back, straight legs, straight body, and stand up. I'm going to adjust a little bit so you guys can see me at a different angle. And your right leg now, sweep the left leg back, left arm, and stand. Left leg back, stand. Right leg back. Grab with that right hand. Whoop. Try and maintain, go slow so you maintain good balance. Right hand, and pull. Last one on each side now. Left leg goes back, so we're grabbing with that left hand. Straight arm. Grab the weight. Come back up. Set it down, come back up. Right hand now, so we're sweeping the right leg. This is the last one. Let that left leg bend. Ride on that leg to stand. Have a nice tall, proud stance. Sweep that leg back again and stand back up. Cool. Work, guys. That exercise can be a little bit complicated. I think you guys got it. All right, so now we go back to our push-ups. Do the same thing we did last time, except now we're going to try and do 4 at each time. So 4 on, couple breaths to rest, and then 4 push-ups again, couple more breaths to rest, 4 push-ups again. So hands on the floor down in front of you, or on whatever you're doing your push-ups on. If you need to change the angle, that's totally fine. If you also need to use your knees, go for it. So I want you to grab that ground with those fingers, nice and strong on that mid hand. Feet nice and wide. Tuck that tailbone nice and strong. I'm going to go 4 push-ups. Ready? Down, up, down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Up. Breathe in. Last one. Up. Good job. And take a small rest. Woo. Get that breath back. Take some nice deep breaths. And go right back into it. That's behind you, nice and strong. Set up nice and perfect. Drive those hands into the floor. Shoulders down and back. And down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Hold it. And breathe out. Got one more set of 4, guys. You all can do it. 3 deep breaths. Now, if you're doing your push-up really well, it's a little bit more tiring. That's okay. If you have a really nice tight core, flat back, locked out legs, engaged lats, you get a really good bang for your buck, and it translates to being able to pull harder and be more stable in a lower climb. All right, so back into your push-up position. And some people, it kind of hurts their wrists to do push-ups. A great modification is to do them on your fists or on some dumbbells if you have them. As long as you keep those wrists straight. All right, so back into your push-up position. Tuck that tailbone. Hard core for a flat back. Drill those hands to the floor to tighten up those lats. And elbows back. Down. Up. Take a deep breath in. Down. Up. Down. Breathe out and up. Down. Up. Down. Hold it. And up. Work, guys. All right. Go back to that triangle pose. All right. So let's see if I can find a new spot so you guys can see me. I'm going to face you guys. So you're facing the camera. Make sure that your hips and shoulders are always facing the camera. Don't let yourself rotate or a hip or a shoulder dive at all. Stay nice and straight. All right, we're going to go to the right to start. So feet nice and wide apart. Aim those toes to the right, hands to the outside. Nice straight, flex, strong arms. And we're going to tip to the right, keeping both legs nice and straight as you can. Try and touch the floor. If you can't, that's okay. If you can't touch the floor and it's too much of a stretch, you can grab that ankle and push on it. That will also help you rotate your back up to the sky. Really sink into the floor. And we're going to hold this now. And instead of going back and forth, and you're once to each side, we're going to hold this for a little while. I'm going to take 4 more deep breaths in this position. Deep breath in, out, in, and out. Nice and strong, straight legs in. Make sure you're not rotated. In and out, come back to the top. We're going to go to our left. So turn those toes to the left. And we're going to go back down. Left hand to the floor. Now make sure that you are pulling against that leg with that arm. Driving that hand into the floor or into your leg to make sure You're all in one plane. Don't want to be tipped over. All right, we're going to take 8 more breaths in this position. In, out, out, in, out, in, out. Reaching up as high as you can. In, out, in, out, in, and breathe out as you come up. All right, that's our second round of activities. We got one more round of activities for you guys. We're gonna get into a plank position. Again, if you can't hold the plank for that long, it's okay. You can get on your knees, totally fine. We're gonna have to use a weight for that too. It's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna help. Imagine that we're pulling on a steep rock climb and we're pulling a weight back and forth. And we're gonna get up into a step up. You're gonna need a chair for this. I've got one behind me. Then we're gonna do some core exercise in a hollow body position. Then we're gonna get our glutes activated with a bridge. Aw, you guys are glad you're here. That's great. Okay, so plank pull-throughs. When you get into a nice tall plank, as same plank that we were doing with our push-ups, except our weight is going to start to our left of us. If you don't have a weight, you can use a pillow, juice jug, a toy, your phone, doesn't matter. Really what I want you being able to do is reach through without your back rotating and set whatever it is on the other side of you. So we need a nice high plank with the weight just in a position where you can reach it on your left side with your right hand. So I'm gonna shut this blind real fast. A little too bright in here. Okay, so weight on your left side, you can just reach it with your right hand, and you're getting it into a nice tall plank. Tuck that tailbone. Now we're going to take our right hand. We're going to grab our item. We're going to drag it through. We're going to set it on our right side. Plant our right hand back into the floor. We're going to grab with our left hand. We're going to slide it back. Now, the tendency is to let those hips come up as our core gets tired. I want to stay nice and strong. We're going to bring it back. Reach through, drag it. Reach through, drag it. Don't let that back rotate. Reach through, drag. Nice, even, smooth breathing. Keep dragging. Do this for 5 more breaths. 4 and 5. Whew. It's good stuff. It's a nice, challenging exercise. Next, we're going to do a step up. Basically, you're just going to step up on it with one leg. Now, there's a couple things I want you guys to focus on. As you stand up, the leg that's up is going to be doing all of the work. And so it's going to be pretty hard. I don't want you pushing off that low foot and getting power from that low foot. Second thing is a couple habits people have when they stand on one leg is they lean really far forward or they let that knee dive to the inside. So I want you guys to pay attention. Nice and tall chest and posture, and dragging that knee. Almost imagine that there's a headlight, or that there's a light shining out of the front of your kneecap. I want that light to shine out diagonally from your foot towards your pinky toe. So, see if you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Hopefully I won't hit my head in the ceiling. So, we're going to start right foot. Now remember, don't pushing off that low foot like that. Now we're going to engage that right leg, really engage that core, and you're going to stand up nice and slow, and you're going to come back down. And let that knee dive. Engage that right leg. You go 5 times in each leg. Don't drop off the left foot and back down. up, and back down. Up, and back down. Up, and back down. Nice and smooth. Good job. All right, so now we're going to go up on our left leg. We're going to go up, back down. Remember to make sure to pull that knee to the outside. Push with that toe. Up, nice and slow. Back down. Up, back down. Up, back down. Up, back down. Good job. All right, so on your next set, if that was hard for you, that's okay. Stick with it. Really focus on lowering yourself nice and slow, okay? You can get it by any means, as long as that lowering phase is really smooth on sight. If that was really easy for you, feel free to pick up something that's heavy and it'll be a little bit harder for you. All right, next we're gonna get some good core engagement. We're gonna do some hollow body rocks. These are also in fact, pretty much all of these exercises are in comp teams workouts that we sent home. So hollow body is going to be started by laying on the floor. So go ahead and lay on your backs. This is not nap time. This is time to grunt. Except I want you to focus on breathing through this entire exercise, so don't actually be grunting. Now, I want you to flush your low back against the floor as much as you can as you raise your legs off the ground. We're going to raise your shoulder blades off the ground. So low back is flush against the floor, abs are hard. Imagine someone's going to come and kick you in the chest or in the stomach. You want to brace for it. That's how hard you're flexing right now. Next, put your hands behind your head. And we're going to hold this. We're going to take a deep breath in and out. In and out. In and out. Now, rest. If that was easy for you, bring those shoulder blades a little higher off the ground, or let that head come back a little bit, but keep your shoulder blades off the ground. That's very challenging. It's more challenging than you would expect if you just bring your head back a little bit. All right, we're going to come back up into it. Ready? And feet up, low back, or shoulder blades up, feet up, straight legs, low back pressing at the floor. Deep breath in and out. In and out. 3 more breaths. And down. Awesome. Good work. All right. Now there's a little progression for you. If this is really easy and there's nothing you can do in this position that makes it harder, you can make it harder. I'll show you how. Now, if this is way too hard for you and you just can't keep it up, you can bend your knees just a little bit. However much you need to stay up. Now, I'm going to show you guys the progression to make it a little bit harder. So we get back out under your boat, and we're going to rock back and forth. We're going to go 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, the closer your shoulders and your feet are to the floor as you rock back and forth, the harder this is because you're more open. And this is a really rock solid gold standard activity for rock climbers, because as our feet come off the wall, we need to be able to control and stop that swing by bracing with the front of our core, bracing with our abdomen. We don't want to brace by opening up through the low back like this and letting those ribs pop out. All right, last activity I have for you guys, and we're going to go through this again if we have time. We got time. Is a glute bridge with a little bit of a march. So you will lay back down on your back. Hands will be up to your sides. You will have your knees at about a 90 degree. And again, if this distance away from you is too easy, if this exercise is easy, a lot of people want to weight this. Before you add weight to it, I would recommend that you try a longer lever by bringing your feet a little farther away from you. The farther your feet are away, the harder this exercise is. And you can do this all the way out to flat. Quite challenging. So what you're going to do, you're going to find the distance that you think is appropriate. You will drive your hips up. You want a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Keep that straight line. And now you're going to raise your left leg off the floor, set it back down, raise your right leg off the floor, set it back down. Keep those hips up as high as you can. If you're doing this properly, you're going to feel like you're driving your hips higher and higher and higher as you march. Keep those hips up high. We're going to do 10 more breaths after I stop talking now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those hips up high. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hips up high and down. Great job, guys. All right, we're going to go through all those 4 exercises one more time. Hope everyone's doing great with this. We're going to drink the water real quick. Now's the time. Take a 10-second break. All right, guys. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to grab your item that you use for your plank pull-throughs. And we're going to start again. We're going to get into our high plank position again. Now, if that was really hard, and you couldn't stay up in your plank the whole time, try it from on your knees, just like this. Totally okay. In fact, it's a great way to do this exercise. I'm going to get this down a little bit so you guys can see me better. All right, so into your plank, let's get up, and we're going to reach through with that right hand. We're going to do it 10 times, nice and slow. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, now we're going to get into our step-ups. Again, if that last set was hard for you, too hard, feel free to pop up off the ground a little bit, but then really control that lower. If that last set was easy for you, you may grab a little bit of weight. So, and you're going to hold it up in front of you like you're doing a goblet squat, or you can hold it down to your side. Down to your side, I think it might be even a little bit more appropriate for this exercise. Oops, actually, I need to put this back up a little bit for you. All right, so 5 on that right leg. Ready? And up. Nice and smooth. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. 3 more. Up. Down. Up. Down. Last one. Up. And down. All right. Switch legs. This chair is tilted. I'm trying to make it even. All right. Now, left leg. Here we go. No pushing off that bottom leg if you don't have to. Really engage that left glute, left quad, and stand. Up, down, up, down, chest nice and high, up, down, 3 more, up, down, up, down, last one, up, and down. Good work, guys. All right, back to our whole body rock. Everyone, go ahead and get on your backs. All right. So we're all gonna try the rock this time. So feet up off the ground, shoulder blades off the ground. Pump those feet a little bit to get a little bit of work going, and we're going to rock. You are a boat in water. And we're just gonna breathe for a little bit. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. Really make sure that you're crunching with those low abs to keep your low back flush on the floor. Low back stays flush on the floor. And rest. All right, glute bridge with your march. Feel free again. Challenge yourself as much as you need to. You can have those feet as far away as you want to have the appropriate challenge. If this is really hard after about 3 on each leg, it's too hard. You want this to feel hard after about 10 on each leg. So, again, this also makes it a little bit harder to put your hands on your shoulders, just like this, crossing them over your chest, because you don't have the stability on the ground. That's a great way to make it harder. So, everyone, hands on your shoulders, hips up high, straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Make sure that you're always trying to drive those hips higher and higher without arching through that low back. You want to make sure that you're nice and strong. All right, and left leg up, right leg up, and breathe in and out. Consistent movement, nice and slow. Keep those hips up high. Drive those hips into the sky. Feel the burn in your butt. Keep it on going. You can do it. Keep staying up high, up high, up high. And left leg up, hold it. Set your hips down, drive those hips back up. Set your hips down, drive your hips back up. One more time. And set that left leg down, right leg up. Set those hips down, hips up. Hips down, hips up. Down, up, hold it. Hips up high, come on. Now keep marching. Hips up high, and sit down. Whew, good work, y'all. Cool. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Looks like it took us exactly an hour. That's pretty cool. Does anyone have any questions in the chat box before I head out? I'm happy to answer any common questions, training questions, as long as they take 10 seconds or less. Cool. All right, so if any of you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat box. If you don't have any questions, every Wednesday we do these with the coaches. Every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. I'm also starting to teach a functional exercise class at 8 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday, in case you guys are interested. A lot of the exercises are similar to what we did today. So feel free to come and join me any day that you want. Hi, Aiden. Cool. All right. You guys have a good one. I'm peacing out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drink lots of water. Get some good outside time. Have a good one.